Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new unique Ironman series. This series is going to be called The Other Realms Only Ironman. Now it might be confusing to hear, but it's actually quite simple. Let's go quickly over the rules and exceptions and stuff like that, and then we can go into the content. So, Other Realms Only Ironman. There are of course normal Ironman regulations. Next to that, I am only allowed to gain XP, bank items, and earn money while in a realm. There are some preparations and quests I have to do to make this gameplay viable, and those quests are Rune Mysteries to unlock rune crafting, the Restless Ghost to unlock Priest in Peril and other quests until Fairy Tale, Druidic Ritual to unlock Herblore, Enter the Abyss for access to the Abyss, which is a realm, Merlin's Crystal and Holy Grail for access to the realm of the Fisher King, which is also a realm, Lost City to gain access to Xanaris, Priest in Peril, Nature Spirit, Fairy Tale Part 1. To gain access to the Fairy Rings, I just have to start Fairy Tale Part 2 and then I can do the Fairy Rings. And Prince Ali Rescue to gain access to the Sorcerer's Garden, which is also a other realm. Now, the realms are, first of all, Xanaris, and then Puro, the Enchanted Valley, the Abyss, the Fisher Realm, the Sorcerer's Garden, Player-Owned House, Runecrafting Altars, Cosmic Plane, Kilowatt Plane, the Gorak Plane, and Escape Room from Evil Bob Random Events. Now, there are a few exceptions to the overworld traveling to make this game more viable, because some content is simply impossible without traversing in the overworld. There are 4 exceptions in which I am allowed to travel on the overworld without gaining experience. First one is to go from the Fairy Ring or eventually later the Edgeville Glory Teleport to the Abyss to train runecrafting. The other one is when I leave the water altar and go into the shed when I'm runecrafting water runes. Then we have when I leave the nature altar and run to the fairy ring to get back to Xanaris when runecrafting nature runes, of course. And the minigame teleport to the duel arena to get to the sorcerer's garden. Maybe I will use the fairy ring teleport to the Calphite layer and run from there. It might be shorter, and I might use it more often, of course, because there's no time delay on that. But we'll see for that in the future. Now, there are 4 exceptions with experience gains, and these are locked behind content, some of them, not all of them, but they are absolutely necessary if I want to make this gameplay enjoyable. This is something I do on the side, something fun to do while I AFK on my main, so I'm not taking it too seriously, so I'm allowing these little things that I can do in the overworld to make it more viable. First one is a Wizard Tower. I can teleport there with the Fairy Ring to gain access to the Rune Essence Mine and kill the chicken in the basement for raw chicken so I can get into the evil chicken layer in Xanaris. Then we have Piscatoris. I can train mining and smithing there to 15 with bronze, and I can train Hunter from 3 to 17 there on Cabbage. Level 1 to 3 Hunter, I have to do experience lamps. Got 4 lamps so far, so we got quite some while to go. But once I get level 3, I will get a Noose Wand in Yanel. I'm gonna use the Fairy Ring there to get it quickly and then quickly go back. And then train to 17 with Cabbage. So then I can start training Hunter in Puro on Implinks only. Third one is the Mauritania Allotment and Herb Patch. I can access this after I get 30 farming on the Sorcerer's Garden. And I can use the farm shop where I can find tomatoes after I've unlocked. I unlock that after I get 40 farming. So that's 10 levels in between. I think it's quite viable to do, and it's still quite an achievement to get there only through Sorcerer's Garden. So we'll see how that goes. And the last one is to gain access to an anvil. I can use the anvil at Turgo after I reach 30 smithing using the furnace in Xanaris. So that's going to take quite a while as well. I said 30 smithing because most people do the Night Swords quest immediately and get 30 smithing at Surgo. So I just figured once I get 30 smithing, I can access the anvil as well. So that is all the rules, the exceptions, blah blah blah. Let's get right on with the gameplay. Alright, so at the very beginning I decided to do the quest as soon as possible so I don't have to get too much experience and get some stuff on the overworld. So I just quickly started Rune Mysteries and the Restless Ghost. Really easy quest that you can combine and just do really quickly. Most of my gems are going to be obtained from random events like Evil Twin Sister, because they always give gems. Like this one gave me diamonds. Pinball gives you rubies. Did the Restless Ghost as well, so that was some early prayer experience. I need that quest for the Ghostpeak Amulets to do Priest in Peril and Nature Spirit. And I also finished Rune Mysteries, which allows me to do rune crafting. Evil Bob Randoms, very useful for fishing experience. Now, I was supposed to do this until level 20, but because of the requirements for Fairy Tale Part 1 for the Secators, I had to get to level 20 and the overworlds. So yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. Also finished Prince Ali Rescue, so I could do the Sorcerer's Garden minigame. And after that, I finished getting my requirements for Lost City. First off is 36 woodcutting, and then we have 31 crafting as well. I used molten glass and oil lamps for that. Pretty fast experience in the early games. Then we finally finished Lost City. Took me quite a while to kill the tree spirit and obtain the axe as well. Got quite some magic levels during this quest, which is always useful. So then we got to Xanaris, our first other realm unlocked. Very useful. Well, useful, very necessary. And I basically just camped the 3 cows east of the Whitfield. Yeah, I think those 3 cows kinda hate me right now because I trained a lot there. I also got myself 30 cooking with the raw beef, never done that before, that's a new one. And got myself actually just combat levels up so I could do some of the quest bosses of the Holy Grail, the Merlin's Crystal, and the Tanglefoot in Fairy Tale Part 1. Once I got my combat level up a bit, also for the Wolf in Priest Apparel, I did the quest to gain access to Mauritania, and then immediately after that I did Nature Spirit, which is a very rewarding quest actually, especially for crafting experience, which got me to level 32. Nothing really special there I could do, but it's always nice to get a level from quests. Also, Druidic Ritual, a very necessary quest if I want to train herb lore, getting my herbs from Sorcerer's Garden, and later on farming of course in Mauritania, but that's still quite far away. Now, the requirements for Fairy Tale for the Magic Secators were not that bad actually. We've got a raw slimy eel, red spider eggs and grapes. Now the spider eggs and the grapes I could easily get in the Karamja Mountain and in the Cooking's Guild. But for the slimy eel, I needed 28 fishing, and I only had 7, so I had to do until 20 fishing in the overworld in Draenor Village, and then I did Merlin's Crystal and Holy Grail, so I could fish trout and salmon in the Fisher Realm Kingdom, where there are a few spots to fish. And let me tell you something, this quest is annoying as fuck. This Black Knight Titan is really tough. I used up about 500 air, mind and water runes, just trying to damage him a bit and only got him down like 40 HP. I combined it with flinching with the Excalibur sword. In the end I did it, but it took me over half an hour, and I'm not even exaggerating, it took me literally over half an hour to kill this boss. But in the end, finally managed to kill the dude and gained access to the Grail Castle. And that was the Holy Grail quest basically done, so there I could do some fishing and cooking. I got myself 32 cooking for the Cook's Guild, so I could get the grapes. And then I got myself 28 fishing so I can fish the slimy eel. And once that was completed, I finished the quest and got actually a pretty good prayer experience. I forgot it gave so much. Got the level 30 prayer and 36 defense. And after that I basically gathered all the rest of the ingredients, the grapes in Cooking Guild, the red spider eggs in Karamja Volcano, the slimy eel in the Mauritania Swamp, and then finally got my magic secators. I don't know how you pronounce it actually, secators? I have no idea. But as most of you know, Tanglefoot requires some farming levels to do that, to kill him, so I decided to do some Sorcerer's Garden, pick some herbs, get some farming speed, and I actually wanted to do the one-click method, and I tried, believe me, I tried, it took me quite a few tries, but eventually I got it in one click. So once I got myself up to 7 farming and I had a full inventory of herbs, didn't want to drop any, so I just went back to Xanaris and was ready to kill Tanglefoot. Now, the best way to do this is by flinching, kind of similar to the Black Knight Titan in the Holy Grail quest, but this one takes a bit more effort, I would say, because he tends to walk away from the spot, so you have to re-aggro and then run back to the certain spot and then keep flinching him. If you flinch him fast enough, he won't run away, but you have to be really fast. And with that, Fairy Tail Part 1 was completed. Got 90 farming, very useful, and 24 magic, and 350 total, which is quite already a goal for the first episode. And then finally, starting Fairy Tail Part 2, unlocking the fairy rings, and that is where we're going to end this episode. First episode, not too bad, took me like 3 days of content, I think. 3 days of really slow grinding to get all the skills and quests done without teleporting. But yeah, we've got the fairy rings done. We can now truly start playing the game. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in episode 2.